Hello and welcome to the Voices of Victory podcast. I am your host, Mario Di Leone, and today is an episode geared right towards men. And this is all about micro negotiations to bridge the gap in your relationships. Let's go ahead and talk about it. We know that in business, we have this XY factor. I want X, they want Y, and there's some kind of tradability going on. But here's the thing, this video will be dedicated towards those men that actually want to make a better relationship and move in that direction. And this is going to be important, and I'm going to shed some light on it. It's not about the big fight. This is about those small disconnects that happen between you and your partner, the space that gets created between you and them, the missed moments, the sentence that you didn't finish, the look on her face that lingered a little bit too long. And this episode is literally for the men that want to meet their partner without losing themselves. This is a way to avoid falling into the people pleasing and approval seeking of the partner. You're now in a relationship that's been established, and now you got to work with it. This isn't about control. This isn't about manipulation. This is about connection. This entire episode will be based on bridging the gap, finding that connection between the two of you. So it's about advocating for the both of you, making sure that you get your needs met and their needs are taken care of as well. So bridging the gap, not widening it. This isn't about losing your voice. It's about using it with wisdom. So you both feel fully understood. It is mutually beneficial between the two of you. It is to connect, not conquer and destroy. It's to unify, not win and defeat. Let's get right into it. We're going to go over just 5 of them, 5 micro negotiations, because an entire relationship is several small ones. And you might be learning about how to do this. The very first one is going to be when emotions are tense and you got to clear the air here. Okay, you're reaching for connection, not control with this. So, what do we do when things are tense and we feel that tension in the air? Here's the phrase, the micro negotiation. Can I say something here? Not to be right, but to be heard, just so you know where I am coming from and that there's an understanding that's between us. Say it with a confident tone, confident body language. It's about bridging that gap. Now, let's go on to number 2. This is when you're both maxed out and frustrated. And at this point, you're trying to build a two-way street instead of assuming or mind reading what they need. Okay, that's not what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to assume what they need or silencing our own needs. It's not about that. So here's number 2. What would actually help you right now? And can I be real with you in regards to what I need as well? That's what that's about. Let's move on to micro negotiation number 3. This is going to be used in a heated conversation when things get a little bit hot. Objectivity is your superpower in relationships, probably more than anything else out there, plus conflict resolution as well. And here we are. We're going to create fairness so nobody feels steamrolled with this next one. And here's how it's going to go. I'm going to give you 2 of them for this one. Micro negotiation number 3. Can we both get 2 minutes to talk? No cutting each other off, please. I just want to feel heard, and I also want you to feel heard as well. So this is going to be in that heated conversation. Another way that you can do this, and this is great in business as well. Another way you can do this is, can I have 2 minutes of uninterrupted time? I want to be able to make sure that I'm heard right now. And I want you to have that 2 minutes of uninterrupted time as well. So you can do it as a trade-off. That's okay. Giving 2 minutes each person and be able to express everything, kind of go from there. Avoid, please, by all means, avoid interrupting. Give them this space to express themselves. Some people and they're just talking over their partner. Stop. You're ruining it. You're hurting your relationship. Be present. And to be present is to sit in those emotions, even if they're uncomfortable. Allow them to express. Too many times, people just want to shut each other down. This is about building a relationship, not making it worse. Now, let's go on to number 4. We as men have that tendency to bottle shit up, bottle all those feelings up inside of us. Okay. So we're going to use this next micro negotiation when you're triggered a little bit, but you're not ready. You're not ready to talk, but you're a little bit on the upset side. Maybe you're in the car, you're driving somewhere, you had a little bit of a discussion, and now you're a little bit frazzled by it, right? So that's what the situation is. At this point, you're choosing honesty over avoidance, and you're choosing presence over explosion. Because what happens is if you just keep bottling it up, you're going to explode at some point. It's just not functional. It's not going to serve anybody in that relationship. So here's the micro negotiation. I don't want to bottle this up, but I also know that I need a minute. So can we talk in a few minutes, like really talk and air things out? As of right now, I need a couple of minutes to just decompress. That'll just allow you some time to sit with those emotions, especially if you're a little bit on the triggered side, be able to kind of sit with that. And I'll be honest with you, men have to ground themselves and sit in that emotion. They don't like the emotions. And that's what we do. We push our emotions away, and that's unhealthy. Just want to share that with you. You're just going to bottle it up. You become an automatic exploder. Let's talk about number 5, micro negotiation. So this is going to be used literally when there's friction or distance from the miscommunication, like you're trying to get closer, but the miscommunications keep shoving things away. So again, I want you to think of this as we don't see people as they are. We see people as we are. So that's a lens. So what this is doing is this is really getting you to check that lens to see things objectively without throwing blame. You're not getting into a blamatory. If you want to get into a blamatory conflict, all you got to do is throw you never do this. You never do the dishes. You. Just constantly do that, and that's why it's part of narcissistic language, to be honest, right? So it can get really bad. It can get ugly. So you're checking your lens and kind of crossing that bridge. So this is what's really important. You could either say it, you could open up with what I heard was, or can I tell you how I heard what you said? Right? Can I tell you how I heard what you said? Just to make sure that I didn't misunderstand where you're coming from. I didn't twist it in my head accidentally. I want to make sure that we're clear on this. So you're aiming for clarity. That's what this does. You're aiming for clarity because far too often we hear one thing, we hear X and we assume Y. Because again, we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. We don't see people as they are, we see people as we are. All right. So let's break this final thing down here because this is where it's a place that both of you in the relationship can breathe. You don't want things to feel disconnected, and you want to make sure that you're bridging the gap, not creating a battlefield. Okay. So the final word here today is that micro negotiations aren't about getting your way. They're about getting closer. And you know what? They take courage. They require emotional clarity as well. But most of all, they invite peace without the passivity. Speak up, speak in, speak with confidence, speak with tone. And just remember, this is your moment. This is your voice. This is your victory. And I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.